Hello, YouTube. I'm back again with a TTM I got in the mail. Really happy with this, really thrilled with this. Sent off 2 cards to former Major League pitcher Frank Tanana, who is a guy that he's not a Hall of Famer, but he won over 200 games in his career. He pitched for a lot of teams, and here they are with his nice autograph, both of them inscribed John 14:6, Bible scripture. Tanana, well known for being very religious. And I got these in some top loaders now. I got these in today, actually. They just came in the mail this morning, and March 24th here. About a 3-week return time, not too bad. But again, I'm very happy. This is an 88 Fleer card with the autograph on it. And this one here is a 92 Donruss version. And Tanana, for those of you that don't remember, you younger collectors out there, Tanana came up in he was a first-round draft pick, I think, in 1971 by the California Angels. He came up with a blazing fastball and some of the nastiest stuff in the American League. This guy was a 3-time All-Star in the 1970s, and when I was growing up, I was a little kid, but I can remember them saying back then the Angels had Nolan Ryan, who was in his prime as well. And it was said they had the fastest, the 2 hardest throwing pitchers, the hardest throwing right-hander, Nolan Ryan, and the hardest throwing left-hander, Frank Tanana, in the major leagues. Tanana had his win-loss record wasn't that great with the Angels because they were a rebuilding team when he came up. They had a lot of, so-so players on offense. But Tanana was nasty. Led the league in strikeouts one year in the American League. Led the league, I think, in ERA one year. He put up some stats, and he was just, overpowering. In 1979, he had a shoulder injury, and the Angels knew something because they traded him after that season, after that shoulder injury, to the Boston Red Sox in a deal for Fred Lynn. And Tanana had one horrible season with the Red Sox in 1981 or 1980. I think it was 81. They traded him after the 80 season, I'm sorry. But Tanana was never the same pitcher again after the shoulder injury. Lost his fastball. He went from throwing in the high 90s to topping out about 90. And he had some tremendously horrible years until about 1984. He started to put it all back together for a rebuilding Texas Rangers team. And the thing was, he had to go from being a flamethrower to in his horrible seasons in his mid-career after the injury, what he was trying to do, he was still pitching the same way as he always had. He just didn't have the same stuff. He had to learn some new pitches, and he had to learn how to get by on smarts instead of just because he couldn't overpower hitters anymore with that flaming fastball. He just didn't have it no more. And he had a good year with the Rangers in 84. He was having a good year at 85 for a poor Rangers team. And the Detroit Tigers were contending for the American League East. They were world champions in 84, but they traded for a prospect for him to the Rangers, who were rebuilding in 1985. And Tanana came into his own on a winning team. He had some big years with the Tigers in 86, 80. Not great years, but for a guy that had a shoulder injury that for most pitchers back in those days ended their career, he really, revived his career. In 87, he was a 15-game winner on a team that won their division, the Tigers. And what I remember most about him, the Toronto Blue Jays were the team to beat in 87 in the American League East. It had been a 3-team race with Blue Jays, Tigers, and Yankees. I'll never forget, on the last day of the season, the Blue Jays and Tigers were tied for the lead in the American League East. Frank Tanana, on national television, threw a shutout against Toronto on the last day of the season, beat them 1-0, and Detroit went on to play the Minnesota Twins in the playoffs. They lost in the playoffs, but Tanana had turned from a power pitcher, who was one of the most unhittable pitchers in the majors in the 70s, to a finesse pitcher that got by on smarts in the late 1980s. But Tanana learned how to pitch, and he went from what looked like the end of his career back in the early 80s, like he was just going to be out of the league soon. He learned some new pitches, taught himself how to pitch a different way, and ended up going on to win over 200 games in his career. He also pitched for the he pitched for the Angels, Red Sox, Tigers, Mets, and Yankees, and wound up his career in the early 90s. About 93, I think, was his last season, or retired in 93. But anyway, I'm very happy to get that TTM, and I want to thank you all for watching. I'm going to be doing another video here shortly. I'm going to be doing several as I'm trying to get caught up on some mail that I'm behind on. But I just wanted to share the TTM with you, Frank Tanana. And anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope you have a great day, and stay tuned for more videos in the future.